Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Scrabble L by Palfly Kampling. So we have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules, so in each row, each column, and each 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. We also have one thermometer in this grid. The way the thermometer works is starting from the bulb, we need to strictly increase as we move away from the bulb. So if this was a 1, we need to increase. This could maybe be 3, then we could go like 4, 5, 6. And then we'd finish the column with a 2. That would be one way to do this. All right. Digits outside the grid are X sums, not skyscrapers, although we did kind of lead into the X sums with yesterday's puzzle. How do X sums work? Well, whatever digit is next to the clue, the first digit, that tells you how many digits to use to sum to that clue. So for example, if this was, say, a 4, that would mean I would use all 4 of these cells in order to sum to 15, and that includes the 4. So these 3 would sum to 11. I'll leave it up to you to figure out how that might work. All right, and that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. So we can pencil this thermo. It's fairly obvious that we have only 1 degree of freedom on here for those who know thermos, but if you want to learn how to like just generically pencil a thermo, my recommendation is start with 1 at the bulb and then work your way down one higher each time, because this would have to be bigger than 1, 3, 4, 5. So that's the minimum we can put on here. Then the maximum is going to be 6 at the end. So we can start with 6 and work our way down. And now there's no gap between the 5 and 6, so we don't need to fill in a gap. But normally you'd fill in that gap. And so then we can just work our way down. This is max 5, 4, 3, 2. And so we end up with 2 possibilities per cell. Now this could be any of those digits, except it can't be the 1. Without the 1 there, it could be any of the digits because we can omit exactly 1 digit from here and still strictly increase. But it can't be the 1, meaning the 1 in the column goes here. But we don't know much more about that. Putting a 1 in the bulb doesn't really help. All right, now a 6 is pretty small for an X sum. You can never put a 1. Unless the clue is a 1, you can't put a 1 as an X sum clue. Although we can't do it anyway because of our Sudoku, but just as a general rule, if you try to put a 1 there, that uses only 1 cell for the sum, and so then the sum has to be 1, because a 1 is sitting there. So 2 is our minimum. If we put a 2 here, that means we're using 2 cells, so to add to 6, it would be 2 plus 4. Otherwise, we have to use 3 cells, and it would be a 1-2 pair. So I can't mark this one, because if this is a 2, this would be a 4, and then this could be anything other than 2, 4. But if this is a 3, then we would need this to be a 1-2 pair. But of course, that doesn't work. If this was a 3 with a 1-2 pair here, what's this going to be? We'd have too many cells that want to be from 1, 2, 3. So it actually does let's just fill 2, 4 there. That makes that a 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's our 2. All right. 15 is very high. If you are free to use any digits you want, you can do 15 and 3. You can do 4, 5, 6. Unfortunately, if you do 15 and 3, you have to include the 3. So the best you can do is 3, 5, 6, which actually only equals 14. So 3 is no-go. 4 is already in the box, so we're not doing 4. And 6 would use the entire column, which would add to 21, not 15. So we are going to be using the 5. And one easy way to think about X sums that use a lot of digits, like we're using all of these green digits, is what's the sum that's left over? What's the outie is usually what people call it. Because we have the innie sum and then we have the outie sum. And the innie, we know sums to 15, and we know the entire column sums to 21, because 1 through 6 is 21. So 21 minus 15 is 6. And so this has to add to 6, so it has to be a 6. All right. And the rest of this will just work by Sudoku. We don't have to figure out the sum any more than that. This 10 can't be 1 or 2. Not that it would ever want to be 1 or 2. But what's the maximum digits that can add to 10? Well, if we think about 1, 2, 3, 4, that adds to 10. So 4 is our maximum digit. So this is a 3 or a 4. Let's see. These are 1, 3, 6. Oh, the 1 is placed. This is a 3, 6 pair. So up here we need the 2, 4, and down here we need the 5, 6. We have this 12. Can't be 1 or 2. Wouldn't want to be anyway. 3 would require these 3 to sum to 12. So these 2 would. So if this was a 3, these 2 would sum to 9. Couldn't be 4, 5, but could. And oh, actually we can't. That's really interesting. If this is a 3, how are these two summoning the 9? Well, we can't do 4, 5. There's a 5 in the row. And we can't do 3, 6. There's a 3 right there. We can't do 3, 3, 6. So those are the only two ways to add to 9. 3, 6, or 4, 5 in 2 cells. So it's not a 3, making this a 4. Can't be 5, and 6 would be 21. Not. Anyway, 6 is way too big. So this is a 4, and we're using all 4 of these to add to 12. We know these already add to 9, so these add to 3, making this 2 and 1. Could have thought about the outies as well, but this was perfectly fine. The outies are 9, and so they had to be the 3, 6. And that works out. So up here we have 3, 5, 6, and this is our 3, finishing the column with a 4. These two digits are 1, 2. How are we resolving all these? Oh, it's got to be the 10 clue that resolves all that. Let's see if the right side resolves or not. We need a 2, 3, 5. So yeah, these 2s actually tell us this is the 2. Okay, and the rest of this doesn't resolve on its own. 3, 4, 5 here. I just kind of want to know what these are. 1, 3, 5, 6. Not 6. 1, 3, 5. Okay. So 10. Can we do 10 and 4? Because it would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. No. Yes. We could do 1, 2, 3. No, we can't, because this is 2 or 4. This uses up one of the 1, 2, 3, 4s and is not part of the sum for sure. And so we can't do 1, 2, 3, 4 down here. So this has to be a 3. That makes that 5 and 3, making that 6 and 5. Oh yeah, that is a 3 in the corner. 6 and 3. We get our 6 and 3 here. We get our 5 and 6. We get our 1, 5, 4, 2, 1, 2, 4, and we're done. Didn't have to think about the 10, but indeed 3 plus 1 plus 6 is 10. All right, cool puzzle, Palfly. I liked the use of the X sums there. This long thermo here was interesting, but I think it did some work early on. All right, well, let me know how you did. If you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.